at the lowest possible cost for the residents.
In intimate contact and collaboration with them.
To prepare a project for planning and building.
A complete and integrated environment.
Living in the widest possible sense.
We would endeavour to maintain as far as possible
valued traditions and characteristics of the neighbourhood itself.
Going through both tools, you know where I'm going. I'm on a journey to you. I'm on a journey to you. I'm on a journey to you, and I really love the process. Let it be. I'm watching time go by as I roll the street. Let my verse go in. I'm so in. On a mission to see you take over the world. Anything to spark a thought. The devil wanna see me flop. I'm just a
I joined the Erskine office in Byker in September 1970. My job was to be the job architect for what is now called the Wall. Most of the housing in Byker was what was known as townsite flats. You had two doors, one opened onto a ground floor flat and the other went immediately upstairs to an upstairs flat with stairs down at the back where they both shared an outside toilet. The noise of the motorway was why the Wall took the form that it did. The idea for the rest of the housing was to maintain the clubs, the pubs, the social aspects, the community centre that already existed in Byker and formed the backbone to their social life. Access balconies that led to the flats all had seats, they had flower boxes, and so it was a place that was a very pleasant place to be and to talk with neighbours in a way to imitate what the streets had been like. The demise of Byker was when Maggie Thatcher came in 1979, stopped all council house building, and so the last phase of Byker never got built. And it was then the ground was sold off to a private developer. It wasn't what we had intended 50 years on. And there is a dearth of low-cost housing. The world is a moving place all the time. And you can only design at the time what is required, but with some intention of it lasting at least a number of years, both constructionally and socially. When it got listed status grade 2, that was a confirmation really that it was acknowledged of its success. Yes, I am aware of the reputation that Byker has, and one can only be pleased about that other people think that it's worth coming to look at.
So what do you think about the reputation of Byker. And
I think it's got a bad one.
yeah. Do you think that's fair?
Well, the bomb squad came to my next door neighbours during lockdown. And it was so funny really because I have a little terrier. You're not supposed to have dogs or anything, but I rescued it during lockdown. And she complained not to the house, not to me, not to the housing office, but to the police. There's a knock on the door and there's two policemen and there's me with a little terrier under my arm. I think they were expecting a Rottweiler or something. A week later, the police were there for 12 hours. The bomb squad was there for 5 hours, hauling out mattresses, ripping things apart and finding hand grenades, guns, all sorts in my next door neighbour's flat. Turns out she was a matriarch of the worst crime family in the Northeast. And you think, why would you want the cops anywhere near her? You know that she called about the bloody terrier. You couldn't make it up. Well, they all got locked up. It's hard to, it took a while to get rid of her, but I'm glad she's gone. I lived in the old Byker. It destroyed a community that I was part of. And my aunties, my mother, they lived on the same street they were born on. And they all got scattered across the city. They then became a bus ride from each other, and that made a big difference. It broke their hearts, really. They all said they didn't care that they had inside toilets now and hot water and a bath and that kind of thing. They would give it all up to go back to the old Byker. I'm walking on the bones of my ancestors, what can I say? Yeah, I'm pretty rooted here, and I do care about it, yeah. It was great when the community centre was open, and that's all closed down now. We'd have communal meals. A lot of things were happening up there, and that's a really big loss, having that closed down. I know there's drug problems, there's heroin and stuff, but I don't actually feel afraid. There's good people here doing nice things.
What's the first word that comes to your mind when I say Byker?
Positive.
Welcome to Byker.
My mother calls me fantastic, but my name is Walter. I'm 30 years of age. I love music. Music is something that's deep-rooted onto my soul. It's the first recording I ever done, was here in Byker.
You discover that the people here in Byker are really talented and they want to be heard.
If you listen closely, the birds are singing, the people are doing the same.
Oh, well, let's go to the Grove in Byker. My name's Jodie, I'm a postie and I live in the good old Byker Wall. I came from council house and then felt right at home moving into another council estate because that's all I've known. Well, there's always going to be knackers wherever you go, but they're all right around here, I like them. There's Scott and Brian the dog. Just got a little film crew, Scott. There's a little some Newcastle University film crew that want to know about Byker. I'll tell them to give you a knock next week, eh? I can't hear you. I owe you all last some citalopram as well. I'll get it later. That's Brian the dog. But Scott's last ran out of me antidepressants, but I've got just message. Put on the Byker group. Has anybody got any cheeky antidepressants? Like, I've only got 40s and I'll take them. Everybody says hello to everybody. Everybody knows your business. Sometimes you don't want them to know your business. But they've got your back, which was proven in lockdown, which was proven when me and Caitlin had an accident.
What's in for the foreseeable?
Well, they did say what's in for the day. Hello?
Yeah, Yeah, that's gonna look really nice. I can't remember.
Caitlin had a fractured spine and 2 fractured our pelvis. I had a completely annihilated collarbone and 5 broken ribs. It just showed you that there's still people who care. I'm gonna get emotional, I don't know why. Because, like, I lost both my parents. And, like, the only reason why I had to stay in hospital so long was because there was no one to look after us. So then when I was able to, strong enough to kind of be in the flat by myself, everybody had found out from Facebook and they were like, if you need anything, Jodie, let us know. And they kept just coming to drop stuff off, which means the world when you kind of lose your main unit of support. People just fucking, like, helped out any way they could, you know what I mean? Julie would go and grab her stuff from the shop and, like, people would be like, are you all right? How are you doing? Every time we went out. And it just meant, like, it shows people care. Because as much as Byker's got a bad rep, the people here are absolutely beautiful and lush. What you doing? What are you doing? Don't really know where he lives because let's just check. Are you alright, sausage roll? What's the matter? Parents? You want to get back to your parents? Where are they? So who's there? Who lives there? Ryden. And is that your brother? So do you live there too? No. Where do you live then? Down the lift. Outside or still in the block? Down. So should we go down together and I'll carry your bike? Yeah, come on then. Right, you put your bike in and we're going outside or we're just going down? So we're going to 2 or 0. Right, we're on 3, so we're on 3, so do we need to walk through the door and round? So is it that, should we knock on that door and see who's in there?
No.
No, so where we're going then, because we're on 3.
There's 5 times.
Right, well, we'll tell you what, we'll try to. Everybody in, come on. We could be here all day, guys. This is a mint bike, this, isn't it? So there used to be a share start in a youth club, like round the corner beside Tom Collins' house. They lost the funding, they've turned it into a flat. Then there was like the big share start over Raby Cross, which was beside the Your Homes Newcastle, in Byker Community Trust. They've lost the funding for that. There was another little youth centre. They lost the funding for that, so the kids have got now to do. There is still a really good sense of community here. It's just been failed by cuts to waste management, council, like the hike and rise price of everything. Do you know what I mean? So the workmen have been not a single attempt has been attempted to clean it up. Sweep it, make it nice. Like, yes, I've got bits and bobs here, but they've just been sewing shit, and they just kind of half-arse stuff and leave. The workmen think, Byker, no one gives a fuck. And I'm like, I do. I nearly got into a fight yesterday with the workman because he was smoking in stairwell. Can you take that outside? It's getting to be flat. But it just, I asked politely, he didn't even respond, just looked through us. And that's what you get when you live in Byker. People look fucking through you. The workmen do a half-arse job. Like I said, Stevie Wonder could have painted out there better. It's like you're a second-class citizen when you live in Byker, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Come on, back off. It was a place I rested my head until Caitlin come along, and then I lost my arm, and then it became a proper home. This is the place I run to when I'm scared. This is the place I feel filled with joy. And me little dog and me cat and me wife.
Yeah, good. That was the only other trick I could do. You're right fucking knobbed, you know that. Yes.
This is my safe place. This is my home. I love Byker. That dog's face is really interested in this conversation. Pan to him. Pan to this dog. Yeah, so what do you think about Byker, Elton? Like I've had people go, it's ugly, I would dare live there, it's minging. Look at the clip of it, I think it's the ugliest thing in the world. I'm like, it's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Like the whole premise of this is meant to be streets in the sky. And like when my friend lived at Dun Terrace, I could micro scooter from my flat inside the wall without ever touching the ground to get round to Dun Terrace to go and die slowly on her sofa.
So they're like putting loads of stuff in for the kids and they're making this road like can't drive through it anymore and stuff.
But they say they've got all all the little flower pots that were already there. They've got these ideas that they're going to put wild gardens in to help the bees. But it's like, yeah, it looks great on paper, but I'll believe it when I see it. Because everything always runs out of money.
That's it.
Distant line like my broskies. Biker's heartbeat, Frankenstein feet. You gon' see me put the work in. My name is KC, too fresh on the MIC. Ladies and gentlemen, to be or used to be, I'm going for that bird's eye view. Keep it low key, you know what evil eyes do. I'm walking past checkies and police too. Where you are, we are, honesty, my reality. Better get 2 millions talking to the ceiling. Like really dreaming. Keep it locked in, keep it locked out. Ain't nothing else besides what we're given. So close, how you finna die? Byker, biker, biker, biker. It's in the house, what you talking about? Byker, biker, biker, biker. Ain't nothing else besides what I'm given. I say, distant line like my broskies. Biker's heartbeat, Frankenstein feet. You gon' see me put the work in. There's something about Byker, keeping the top strikers, winning the X Factor. Mi casa, su casa, magpie, sing along. Can't será. We get a match faster, clockwork, I know you like that. 006, I stepped in, I'm on the guest list. Double that weight, World Cup, got my own place. Add another 6, I'm up the country. Back to any 33, any 6 where I need to be. War kid, don't you know? I've been on this oof for that long. I've been on this oof, don't you know? Ain't nothing else besides what I'm given.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
Look at you, Newcastle University football. What a lesbian you are.